welcome to Retro Americana. I'm your host, Jeremy Scott. Thank you. We're going to start this show off with a 7-Up commercial from the 70s. I really like the bottle on that in this commercial. I think they should bring that back. And here's an old 7-Up bottle that I got here in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, at a place called Neat Stuff, which is pretty much my favorite place to go. If they serve beer and burgers, I would just try to live there. The thing about this commercial that's really just kind of lame to me, but funny at the same time, is they're treating this 7-Up like it's alcohol. The guy and his girl, and they're having a nice meal. Oh man, he's got a whole big, deal and bucket of ice cold 7-Ups. Like, hey baby, let's go catch a movie. And down a 6 or a 7-Up. Lame. Just get some alcohol. Be an adult and just get drunk. Anyway, here you go. 7-Up commercial from the 1970s. They should bring that bottle back, I'm telling you.
It's the same thing, only different. It's a fresher kind of style. A more natural way of doing things that naturally brings a smile.
To undo it means more style and taste, because the Uncola is a show of its own.
I'd call it the feature attraction.
Yeah, the only way to do it is undo it. 7-Up.
All right, next up we have an Atari commercial from the 1980s. Now the funny thing about this commercial is it's showing a family coming together to play video games. But in reality what ended up happening was Atari and later Nintendo and whatever became a babysitter for your kids. Here, just take your Game Boy, go in the other room, and blah, blah, blah. Now, as a kid, I didn't mind. I was like, yeah, just don't tell me what to do, Mom. Shut up, Mom. Okay, Mom. So anyway, it's just funny to me that it was being, especially early on, as a way of bringing families together. But really, in reality, it just put a kind of a divide between kids and their parents a little bit. I'm childless, so I don't really care. I'm my only child. I've been talking to my tax lady about trying to write myself off as a dependent. We haven't come up with a plan yet that's gonna not put me in jail. So check this out from the 1980s an Atari commercial. Togetherness.
This commercial is based on a true story.
Hello? Tracy? No, we don't need a babysitter tonight. Thanks anyway.
After a family bought an Atari video game, they had no trouble getting babysitters.
Oh boy, God.
Hello? Kate? No, we don't need a babysitter tonight. Bye.
Everybody enjoys Atari because Atari has so many different games to enjoy.
Hello? Karen? No, we don't need a babysitter tonight.
No other company offers you as many different video game cartridges as Atari.
All right, up next, kids, we've got a G.I. Joe commercial. It's Sergeant Slaughter's Marauders. And I'm supposed to be getting a call from Cobra Commander here in a second. And, oh, there he is. Yellow.
Now stop sputtering like a wet toaster!
This dude's always in a bad mood. He's always yelling at me about something, so I don't know. And maybe he'll call back. Maybe I won't answer, Cobra Commander. I mean, he really is kind of a dick when you think about it. Anyway, Sergeant Slaughter was G.I. Joe's best-selling action figure. And it was actually based off the real-life pro wrestler, Sergeant Slaughter, and that's actually Sergeant Slaughter in the commercial you're about to see. And one other thing before we go to that commercial, I want you to watch for, there's a shot of Cobra Command. They're all hanging out playing volleyball, and then the Marauders show up in their tanks. I mean, they're just trying to play some volleyball, man. Just leave them alone. You're not going to shoot any of them. If anybody's ever watched that cartoon, nobody ever dies. So just let them have some volleyball, okay? That's all I'm going to say. Check this out from the 80s. Sergeant Slaughter's Marauders, G.I. Joe. Maybe I'll get a call back from Cobra Commander with an apology.
Take your man, Cobra! Wait till you meet Slaughter's Marauders. Slaughter's Marauders, camouflage, they can't be seen. But you better believe they're mean, they're mean. There's me, and Spirit, and Footloose on the attack.
Slaughter's Marauders to the rescue!
Take this!
Go, Joe!
Nobody beats G.I. Joe! G.I. Joe, Slaughter's Marauders!
Equalizer, Armadillo, and Lynx. Figures sold separately.
Nobody beats G.I. Joe! You, Joe!
Up next, folks, we have a commercial from the 1950s, Chef Boyardee. Yeah, Boyardee's been around a while, though, established in 1928. He had a sauce, and it was doing okay, but then he really hit the jackpot when the U.S. government commissioned him to produce rations during World War II. So he had to up his game, and the factory was going 24 hours a day. So when the war was over, he was like, I'm not gonna slow down. Now, for me personally, Chef Boyardee, the beef ravioli in a can, big staple of my childhood cuisine. I had a whole thing where I would heat up a can of Chef Boyardee ravioli and a glass bottle of Dr. Pepper. I'd have that as my drink, and I would watch You Can't Do That on Television on Nickelodeon at 3:30 Central Standard Time. And I left strict instructions. I was not to be interrupted during the show. So that was kind of a ritual I had. And one other thing I want you to pay attention to in this commercial is they're mixing in the spaghetti sauce with eggs to make an omelet and stuff. I mean, I don't know about you, but that sounds like a bunch of puke. Hashtag gross. So check this out from the 1950s Chef Boyardee commercial with some omelets, and it's kind of gross. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they did that.
What's more delicious than a fluffy golden omelet? A fluffy golden mushroom omelet made with Chef Boyardee sauce with mushrooms. And Chef Boyardee sauce with mushrooms comes ready to serve. You don't have to add a thing. Chef Boyardee has already blended mushrooms, tomatoes, and just the right amount of spices and seasonings. Now let's pour this smooth, tempting, different mushroom sauce over our omelet. Fold the omelet. There. An omelet anyone would like. Golden brown, fluffy, bursting with delicious chef sauce with mushrooms. Get acquainted with all three Chef Boyardee sauces: meat, mushroom, and the new Spanish sauce. Remember, these sauces are made with the same skill and care as the sauce that gives that delicious flavor to the chef ravioli we've told you so much about.
All right, up next we got a quick 15-second Old Spice Season's Greetings style commercial from the 90s. Old Spice is really at this point considered Grandpa's cologne, or in some cases my dad's cologne, whatever. So I don't know, it's a very antiquated cologne, but me personally, I'm an Aqua Velvet man. Can I get a check now? Huh?
I wish it would snow.
It just wouldn't feel like Christmas without Old Spice.
All right, up next, kids, we've got a Safeway / Bel Air frozen pizza commercial from the 1970s. Now, we can all admit that frozen pizza has come a very, very long way since its inception. You know, you got like the DiGiorno's and the California Pizza Kitchens of the world, but nothing helps a hangover better than cheap frozen pizza. And I was kind of alive in the 70s, but I wasn't drinking. But I guarantee you, if I got all drunk and stuff, I'd heat one of those up.
Make today a Safeway special day.
Meet Safeway's special new taste treat, Bel Air Frozen Pizza. You'll find Mr. Fast and Easy on all three kinds of Safeway pizza: cheese, sausage, and deluxe. Pop them in the oven, ready in minutes. Like all Safeway brands, Bel Air Pizza is guaranteed top quality. You'll taste the difference. Pizza's better at home with Safeway's best. It's pizza magic from Safeway.
All right, up next, kids, we have a Subway Grey Poupon combo commercial here. Subway at some point in the 90s said, well, we're going to start having Grey Poupon. Well, fine. So they merged the two. Now, Grey Poupon was helped out tremendously by all the spoofs off of its little slogan, or, you know, the line in a lot of those commercials, which is, Grey Poupon. You know, I think it was made fun of it in Wayne's World 2 and a bunch of other things. So getting made fun of sometimes is really good for business. And on a side note, I kind of wish that Subway would bring back the bread that's in this commercial and they would cut it like they used to. Kind of on the top and you kind of pulled it out. I don't know. I kind of wish they would do that again. And one last thing. I'm not going to bring up Jared Fogle. I'm not going to bring Jared Fogle up. But I just did. So check this out. Subway. Grey Poupon commercial. 1990s. Jared Fogle.
Fresh baked bread, piled with extra lean, juicy ham. Oven roasted turkey breast, topped with the classic taste of...
Pardon me. Would you have any Grey Poupon? But of course.
Introducing Subway's new Turkey and Ham Dijon. Turkey, ham, and the great taste of Grey Poupon mustard, now for a limited time on your choice of rolls. At Subway, the place where fresh is the taste.
All right, kids, that's the show. Thank you. We'll be back next week, June 24th. New episode and stuff. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube. See you next week, kids. Jared Fogle.